Hi, I'm Beth Comstock and I'm in Brooklyn, New York. Today we're at the new lab in the Brooklyn Navy Yard. I had a chance to talk to Sean Petterson, the CEO and founder of StrongArm Tech, and he told us what it means to be an industrial athlete. So who are you and what's your story?
My name is Sean Petterson. I'm the CEO of StrongArm Technologies, and we are creating a better future for the industrial athlete.
So I love this idea of industrial athlete. Well, who's an industrial athlete?
It's the blue-collar worker that you'll see that is paving the roads, that is delivering your packages, that is getting up at 4 in the morning to honestly provide everything that is the backbone of our economy.
So what does StrongArm Tech provide to the industrial athlete?
We create a universal data analytics platform that's driven by risk data that we collect from our proprietary IoT sensor. And we use that to provide interventions to reduce all sorts of injuries, specifically musculoskeletal, on our platform.
So a worker goes to work and they have your system basically monitoring how they're working so that you can predict mistakes, not really mistakes, but you can predict injury, I guess, before it happens. Is that the idea?
Yep, exactly. We are assessing the risks that these individuals go through throughout the day just doing their daily jobs. And we use our proprietary algorithms and our historical data and a lot of the partnerships that we have engaged with these clients in these high-risk areas to, like you said, predict the injuries before they happen.
So what was the inspiration for StrongArm Tech? How did you end up in this journey?
We really focus on this industrial athlete. We think it's an important portion of it. I had grown up actually in construction. My dad had passed away on the job, and we have all collectively as a team seen enough of these injuries that can quite frankly be avoided. We spend in America alone $250 billion a year in compensation claims and injury claims for things that really can be avoided in our opinion. So we are just really trying to pioneer the way that we understand industrial biotelemetrics so that we can prevent and predict these injuries.
So you started as a hardware company and gone into software. That sounds like a hard kind of company to start. What kind of experience did you have?
Sure, well, we're creating in an industry that deals with a lot of risk, so they're not exactly the highest paced when it comes to innovation, specifically around safety. So for us, it's really about educating and providing value constantly, and that's what really keeps us on our toes. We focus all of our value on the industrial athlete. We understand that the organizations are purchasing our equipment, but for us, the most important thing to do is if we focus on making that value clear for the industrial athlete, we can then really purvey that value going forward, create new products, involve them, and really get anecdotal feedback from the field that we can incorporate into our design process that makes all this information we're collecting useful, therefore making the products that we create even more beneficial.
So paint a picture of the future for us. Where is the workplace, how is the workplace changing for the industrial athlete?
Sure, first things first is really understanding the risk profile so we know where to innovate first. When we can understand, we can better share amongst those athletes risk so that you don't have some folks unjustly working harder than other folks and vice versa. Then what we do is we can really start to predict all the injuries that are happening and figure out piece by piece which injuries are affecting this world the most. And then we can start to innovate a little more accurately. So our exoskeletons, we started developing primarily off of historical data. Now we're going to allow the market to tell us specifically what type of injuries and what type of areas that we need to design for so we can provide innovations incredibly fast. We can, for instance, say that in a warehouse where individuals work 10 to 12 hours a day doing high-paced jobs, which equals 3,000 to 4,000 packages moved per day, we can create a solution specifically for them. We can create a solution that is lighter weight, we can create a solution that's hotter, we can create a solution that is really just told and tailored completely from this data that we create. And it all comes down to understanding them first, helping them predict these injuries before they happen, and really augmenting everything that they're doing with the data that we're collecting.
So you're really structuring this model of machine and man together to make man better, it sounds, and man in the broadest sense.
Mm-hmm. So from with the use of our artificial intelligence and our machine learning, we are really making people more aware of the injuries before they happen, and also furthering that product design so we can create hand in hand things that actually augment the human being.
Yeah, and it seems to me as you've built your business, you've been very focused on the personal dynamics, making the jobs better. You had the experience with your father, and you've now made it a mission. I mean, how important is that in starting a business to know what your mission is?
It's really important to know who your customer is, and it's one thing for the person that's paying for it, but it's the other thing for the person that's using it. So for us, all we want to do is create value that's clear, specifically in a very high risk area. We're a very young company, we're very innovative, very fringe. We need to be kept on our toes and kept in check all the time. So for us, we need to focus on that industrial athlete and put a lot of respect to what they're doing, because we could lose very large opportunities very quickly if we don't. So that's kind of our reason for it. But the personal thing is we do a lot of hard work here, and nothing is better than when you go out on a Monday to a trial and the guys think you're some weird nerd that's going to tell them how to do their job, and then by Friday they won't give you your products back that you made for them. So that's what keeps us coming.
So how do you get over that first day of weird nerdness? How do you get through that?
So honestly, you got to have a little bit of thick skin, and we all do here. A lot of humility, but the truth is, we'll tell the guys and we'll say, look, we're not here to make your job worse. We're here to make your job better. If you don't want to participate in this, then don't.
Yeah.
And generally what happens is everyone kind of levels with us and understands that we really are just trying to make their jobs better. And they'll see their friends use the products, and then they'll start getting involved with the situation. And by the end of the week, again, we have to kind of claw those devices back for us, so that knowing that we have that positive chance at the end of every single trial we go through, and the confidence in our products, it makes it pretty easy to get beat up on those Monday mornings.
It seems like you're making hardware meet software really cool, and creating the future. So congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate that.